Hi my love, let's make this turtleneck for your dress, for your top, and if you're interested, please keep watching, and if you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe, and let's get down to the video. So in making this turtleneck, I use the width of 2.5 when you fold your fabric, and I use the depth of 2.5 for the front and the back 1 inches. So that's just what I use, and I'm going to go ahead to take the round measurement of this neck. So whatever I have here, this is what I'm going to use in order to cut my rectangle. So go ahead and do the same if you're following along. So I'm going to take whatever I have as my round neck measurement. I'm going to cut a rectangle shape. So this is what I have right now. I cut exactly what I measured at this point. So I'm going to show you guys. What I did was just to cut that exact measurement, but that's not what we're going to use, but just do it. And I'm going to go ahead to fold my rectangle shape. Then I'm going to take away 1 inch on both sides. So that means I took off 2 inches, and mind you, this fabric is a very stretchy fabric, so I took off 2 inches. So this is me taking the measurement. I'm going to go ahead to cut off like 2 inch. So I'll go ahead to cut that 2 inches out of the actual measurement. So now we've taken off 2 inches, and mind you, I did not add sewing allowance to this, so I'm going to sew that part with 1/2 inch on both sides. So that means we took off 3 inches from our neck depth. So you can go in with 3 inches or 2.5, depending on if your fabric is stretchy. And for this part, what I have there is 4 inches. I want to have like a longer turtleneck. Some of you can go with 2 inches or whatever turtleneck you want. So I've gone ahead to join those two parts, the right side facing each other, and I'm going to use my serger machine to whip that part, and I will show you guys what we have afterwards. So this is what I have. I'm going to go ahead to fold this part in 2 places. So I'm going to fold that part in 2 places, and when I fold it, I'm going to that place that I whipped. I'm going to use that part as the midpoint of my back. As the midpoint of my back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the midpoint of this fabric. I'm going to get the midpoint like you see me doing. Just watch and see the way I do it. I'm going to put these two together in order to get the midpoint. So I'm going to use pin to pin these two together. So as you can see, this is the midpoint of my fabric. I'm going to pin those two together. So with this, I'm going to bring my top. I'm going to use the same method that I use in getting this midpoint. I'm going to use this exact method to get the midpoint of my back and front separately, because you know that we went in with a depth of 2.5, and for the back we went in the depth of 1 inch, so they are not the same. So I'm going to get the midpoint like you see me doing. So I'm using the pin to differentiate the both sides. So I'm going to add this pin on those parts. As you can see, there is pin on both sides. I'm going to place that part that I whipped. I'm going to place that part at the back midpoint, and I'm going to use pin to pin that part like you see me doing. And I'm also going to take the midpoint of the turtleneck. I'm going to pin it together with the midpoint of the middle point of my top. So I'm going to stretch those parts in order to let the midpoint of my turtleneck align with the midpoint of my top. I'm going to the side of my top, and I'm going to pin that part, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. So we have we've already spread this evenly on both sides. So afterwards, I'm going to go ahead to pin that part like so. So this is quite easy. So I'm just going to take it to my serger machine, and this serger do both the sewing and the whipping as well. So I'm going to go ahead to whip this, as you can see. So the more I whip, I will just try to stretch a bit, not too much. I'm going to stretch a bit. So if you're even sewing and you're not using a serger machine, you can as well do the same method, like sew and stretch a bit like you see me doing in this video, and you'll definitely arrive at the same, because The more you do that, it's also help your fabric to, pass through the head of yourself or your client. So this is just it for this video, and we are literally done with this video. And if you like this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel and follow me for more. And I would love to see your comments on this, and let me know which video you want me to do for you guys. And this is what we have, guys. This is so beautiful, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.